Hi guys, my name's Cam and welcome to AskMeI'mBipolar.com. Today I'm going to answer a question that was asked to me on Facebook, which is, do you declare your mental health when you apply for a job? Now, I would love to say, yes I do, every single time without fail. But it's a bit of a tricky one, and I have to admit that even though I would love to say that yes I did, I don't always. Those of you who already subscribe to my Patreon will know that I've got a new job coming up. And for that particular job, I have to admit that I didn't declare my mental health in the application, but then I did talk about it in my interview. And for me personally, that tends to be the format that I go with. Now, I know that it's something that shouldn't cause any problems. We have the discrimination laws in place, Equality Act 2010 for those of you in England, to make sure that people don't discriminate us if we do have mental health problems, but in reality, people do sometimes. And it was a toss-up for me on my morals and my convictions when it comes to standing up for stigma and also needing to get this job as well, because when with this particular job, it's going to put me in a much better place to help fight stigma. So on this occasion, I didn't declare it straight away, but I did then, as in interview, I said to them straight up, I said, look, I need to talk to you about something. I am bipolar. This is what it means to me. This is how it works. Have a look at my YouTube channel if you want to know more about it. Shameless self-promotion in an interview there. And it absolutely worked in my favour for this particular one. In fact, I would say that talking about it in interview has really, really helped me get that job. They were really interested in how it affected me. They were really interested in having a diverse workforce, and they were really interested in my perspectives on things and how my thinking isn't always in line with everybody else's thinking, which means that I can sometimes see things other people can't. So I was trying to find some statistics on people who declare their mental health, and I only found something from 2007, which is literally 10 years ago now. At that point in time, 1 in 6 people were registered with a mental health problem, and it said that they found that 65% of people who came out about their mental health at work found that they had a positive reaction from their colleagues and their managers. It said 1/3 of people with a mental health problem have been dismissed or forced to resign their jobs. 40% said they were denied a job because of their history of psychiatric treatment, and about 60% said they had been put off applying for jobs as they expect to be dealt with differently or unfairly. So 38% of employers at that time said they wouldn't employ someone with an ongoing mental health problem. But 45% of those employers also said that they didn't think anyone in their workforce had a mental health problem. 8 out of 10 company directors said they did have a policy in place to deal with mental health and well-being, but only 14% of them said they thought it was effective. In 2006, the Shaw Trust did a survey and found that 1/3 of all employers believe people with mental illnesses are less reliable than others. 38% say they would not employ someone with a mental health problem. 47% of people with a mental health problem say they've experienced discrimination at work, and that's from the Mental Health Foundation in 2006. 1 in 3 employers said that people with a mental health problem would be less reliable than those without. But 80% of all these employers said they wanted to do more to help support people with mental health in the workplace. Now, in my experience so far, I was diagnosed with bipolar when I was 27, I'm now 32. I haven't really ever had an adverse effect from telling anyone at work that I'm bipolar. Now, I've had people ask me loads of questions about what it means, how it affects me. I've seen so many different sort of stereotypes, I think, or preconceptions that people think I might then be like because of that. But the biggest reaction I usually have is, oh, we didn't know, or we couldn't tell, or, oh, right, okay, are you sure I've had before today? I'm like, yes, I am sure, but I do, it does take a lot of time and effort and energy from me to sort of manage my own mental health. Should I put it on an application form? Yes, you should put it on an application form. I think that you should put it down from the start. If you think you're going to get sort of discriminated against, well, discrimination on mental health front is actually illegal in the UK, but you should put it down. I'm going to stick to my format of not necessarily putting it down on the application form, but I will always, always, always talk about it in interview. I think personally that by putting it down on the application form, it's a piece of paper, somebody reads it, they go, do you tick these boxes? Yes, you do. No, you don't. Pass it on. You either get into the interview pile or you don't. When I get to interview, it gives me a chance to explain. It gives them a chance to see me, a chance to talk to me, a chance to assess me, and to see that I am no different from anybody else. Yes, I have a few things that I struggle with, but I work my way around them. In some ways, my bipolar is my superpower, and it actually gives me something extra that other candidates don't have. So, yes, absolutely. Talk about your bipolar, talk about your mental health, talk about your depression, your anxiety, whatever it may be. Talk about it at interview, 100%. I absolutely say that. Whether you put it down on that initial application is completely up to you. If you feel comfortable doing it, then do it. If you don't, don't. But always, always, always talk about it in your interview, I would say. By talking about it at interview, it gives that employer an opportunity to then assess what support they can put in place for you as well. And that works for sort of education facilities, universities, schools, etc. I didn't tell anyone I had any kind of mental health problem until I got to university, and I did that in my mid-20s. I didn't realise all the help that I could have had throughout the years, which probably would have made my life so much easier. You know, if I'd have done that, who knows how many qualifications I'd have now and what more things I could have achieved and how quicker I could have done it, I think was more, the thing for me. My education took a little bit longer because I had to deal with things as I was going along, and sometimes I couldn't cope and so on and so forth. But I reckon I probably could have done all that a little bit quicker if I'd have realised the support that could have been in place for me. But the same is for work. If your employer doesn't know, they can't help you. And, it shouldn't be something that you're sitting there thinking, oh God, I hope nobody knows I've got a mental health problem. It's just part of me, Yes, I'm Cam, I'm bipolar, I'm mixed race, I'm female, I'm all these things, that's fine. So that's just me. And sometimes I need a little bit of help, and sometimes I'm going to be running ahead at 100 miles an hour and doing everything amazingly, and sometimes I'm going to be really stuck. And that's just the way it is. But employers will help you. They legally have to put support in place for you as well, once they've employed you. But, it's one of them things. It's very hard to be comfortable talking about it, but it's really, really worthwhile when you do. So to answer the question, do I write down that I have a mental health problem when I'm filling out job applications? Not always is the answer for me. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I always, always, always talk about it at interview. Thank you for watching this video. I'm really interested to see what you think about these things. So please put in the comments below. Do you write down that you have a mental health problem when you're writing a job application? Have you ever had any problems with that? Do you think that, you've not got a job because you've written it down? Or do you think that it's a disadvantage to write it down? Please write in the comments below. I'd love to have a conversation about this. Don't forget to check out AskMeI'mBipolar.com. Click the subscribe button on YouTube. Have a look on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Give us a like, give us a share. And thank you for watching.